My name is Wayne Thalasinos, TMCMSS, Torpedoman Master Chief. No, I didn't have any selection. You got what you. I did have the option of serving with my brother because they had that option open, and then he and I talked about it, and he says, well, I think you'd be better off to go aboard your own submarine, make your own name. He says, if you come aboard here, he says, which you're welcome to. I mean, we would have liked to serve together. But he said, if anyone dislikes me, they're automatically going to dislike you. He said, you're better off to go aboard your own, build your reputation, which I did, and he was right, worked out very good. And then I went aboard Bang in 1957. Stayed on Bang till 1960. Your heart kind of goes in your throat with excitement, and you can't wait to get aboard there and establish yourself, and you're pretty much afraid of everything from the topside watch on down as you report aboard. But like I said, I was welcomed. In fact, when I told him my last name was Thalasinos, the first person that I met in the fore torpedo room says, you're Greek. And so my nickname, and still is to some submarine sailors, was Greek. And I learned to live with that in high school. That offended me very much if someone had to call me that. But it was kind of the submarine thing to do. I accepted it, worked out very good. On Bang, when I went aboard, I was a seaman apprentice, which was very low at the bottom of the ladder. I had not been to any school to get into a specific rating. When I went down the forward torpedo room hatch, the gentleman in charge of the forward room asked me what I was, and I said, I'm a seaman apprentice, none qualified. He said, you're going to be a torpedoman. And I said, well, I want to earn my dolphins first, which is the main goal that I had in my mind. And he said, well, you're going to be a torpedoman. So sure enough, I ended up living in the forward torpedo room and becoming a torpedoman. When my first role was being assigned to the seaman gang, which was in charge of chipping paint and scraping decks and everything topside, all topside. And then underway was cleaning the stainless steel bathrooms, the commodes, the toilets, whatever you want to call them, was cleaning them and shining them very nicely. And also mess cooking, all of the lower ranking jobs aboard a submarine. And the big thing was earning your dolphins, and you had a qualification card, as it was called, and everything that's done on a submarine, you had to do yourself. And you traced out all of the lines, you were responsible for finding out all the systems, and for your final walkthrough when you're getting dolphins, the person taking you through would point at a line, he said, what's that hole? And you had to say hydraulic oil, say which way does it go? It goes that when you open it, it goes that when you're closing it, and you had to know everything. As a torpedoman striker at the time, I wasn't a torpedoman, but everyone had to learn how to shoot a torpedo tube. Everyone had to learn how to start an engine. Everyone had to learn how to control the battery situation with propulsion. And everybody knew everybody's job, which was you were a lifesaver for your shipmates should the occasion arrive. Some of the cruises were totally confidential that you can't talk about, but we made cruises to England, to the Caribbean, to Copenhagen, Denmark was the big thing of glory in my mind. Copenhagen was a very beautiful city, and that was worth the first re-enlistment just to go to Copenhagen. I had become real rapidly. I was promoted to leading seaman, which was charged of the seaman gang, and all of the various details that I had previously described. And then I studied and I made torpedoman third class and was pulled into a torpedo room and then got on. One of the men that I idolized on the Bang was the Cobb, which stands for Chief of the Boat. His name was Charlie Nichols, and I idolized him. He was a very good man, looked out for every crew member on board, disciplined you as necessary, and I thought, I want to be a Cobb someday. And I set that as a goal, and then I did reach Cobb on the USS Dogfish SS-350. One of the big benefits of starting my life on Bang that I look back on means more to me now, well, it meant a lot then, but it means a lot to me now, was I was being trained by World War II subsailors. And many of them had war patrols under their belt, and they were quite stringent with the requirements for squaring you away, if you will. But then once you figured out why they were doing it that way, you respected them more. And they taught me everything I knew at the time, and I couldn't have learned from a better group of men. And rode bang until 1960.